so critically important to all of us. What we're going to do today is ask each one of the candidates who are present here today to come forward and make remarks, introduction, things that they want to say to you. And we're asking that they stay within 4 minutes to do this. We have a timekeeper here, Joe Kent, who will show the candidate when there's 1 minute left, and then he'll give them a stop sign. Now, this is not the gong show. We don't have anybody with a cane to come in and terminate their presentation. But it's we're delighted to have so many here. We've looked at this on an alphabetical basis, and Tim Day is the first one on the list here, alphabetically. Is Tim here? Okay. We'll go to the next person on the list, who is John Gay. Well, we'll turn that over to the referee for taking under advisement. Ladies and gentlemen, John Gay.
Thank you, Dr. Monroe. Thank you all for being here. I'm John Gay. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm married to Lisa Gay, who's not here today. We have an auction company that she started 10 years ago, and so she has an auction closing today, and a lot of times that's the case. Very rarely is she able to go out on the road with me because we've got a family business. And we grew up, both of us grew up in family businesses. And her parents had a company, my parents had a company, and they started us working at about age 7, both of us. And we've got a picture over our mantle, 2 small pictures in a frame, me holding a fishing pole and her holding a fishing pole, and each of us had a big fish in our other hand. And nobody gave us that fish. They taught us how to fish. They taught us how to work together as a family and how to make it. So we know what it is to struggle. We know what it is to not have anything but to make something. And that's the American dream. The American dream is not a home with 2-car garage and a fishing boat. That may be somebody's dream. The American dream is freedom. That's what is in everyone's heart. But they've confused us and tried to confound us, and they're running up the national debt, and people are getting disheartened, and they've disenfranchised themselves. But the thing that concerns me most is now they have disenfranchised the state of Texas. We have effectively been disenfranchised by the courts and the lawsuits. Look at it. They have the election was supposed to be March 6th. Then it was supposed to be April 3rd. Then it was supposed to be April 12th. And then now it's supposed to be May 29th, I think it is, and now they're saying maybe June 26th. And they said that is the last and final possible date for us to have a primary. If they keep pushing this along and keep dragging it out of the courts, y'all know how these courts drag things out. You've seen the trials on TV and everything. They drag it out over little minute points, when the Constitution clearly says the lines have been legally drawn. According to the Constitution, Article 1, Section 4, it says the state legislature has the authority to pick the times, the places would be districts with it, and manner of the election of the representatives and the senators. So these courts are illegally disenfranchising us. And if we don't wake up as a people, we're going to find out we have missed the election. And they're keeping us out of the presidential primary, keeping our vote out of the count. And why would that be? Look at what they've done to Texas already. Look at the XL pipeline. That should have been a no-brainer. The Keystone pipeline already exists. They just wanted to build the XL pipeline. They were just totally caught off guard. If you work in the oil industry, you know that. We thought it was a slam dunk. Why would it be even an issue? But they made it an issue. And they took what is it, Sealy, where they built those armored vehicles, and they sent it to Wisconsin, I think it is, where they've never built an armored vehicle. What kind of sense does that make? They're doing everything they can to punish Texas for voting as a red state. And we've got to stand up as a nation. You are part, I can commend you because you're part of the 14%. You know most people don't go vote. But of the ones who do vote, 86% of them are clueless as to anybody or any issue on the ballot. If we don't wake up, we will have lost our vote. And if Texas loses our vote, what state will be next? Because if it works here, they'll try it somewhere else. And I have said before, I will not take the congressional retirement or the congressional health care because you can't put the lid on the cookie jar while your hand is in it. So send me to Washington. I'm John Gay. I would appreciate the consideration of your vote, and I'd love for you to get to know me more. Your card that I gave you, if you haven't got one, get one from me. It has my cell phone and my email. Call me rather than email me. I've got over 6,000 emails I'm trying to go through right now, and that's when I'm on the end of the table. I didn't reserve a table quick enough, but I'm here, and I would appreciate the consideration of your vote. Contact me, talk to me afterward. Thank you.
I just remind the candidates, you may need to work close to the mic to be heard throughout the room. Our next candidate, John Gay, is a Republican candidate. The next candidate is a Republican candidate. His name is Robert Gonzalez. Robert Gonzalez.
Thank you for having me. My name is Robert Gonzalez, and I'm here to ask for your vote. I've been married to my wife, Lisa, for 28 years. We have 2 grown children. One just graduated from the University of Houston. The other one is graduating in April from the University of Texas Medical Branch. I was born in Cuba in 1960. I came to the United States in 1967. I came to the United States because men better than me fought, died, and gave their lives for this great country, the freedoms that we are enjoying today. Also by the grace of God. Because we were a prayerful people, we got the chance to come to the United States. America, the greatest country God has ever put on this earth, has given us every opportunity to make it in life. We came here, I now have 10 brothers and sisters. When we came from Cuba, we came with 9 siblings. 10 total. And I will tell you right now, we all made it in life because America is the land of opportunity, a place where you can be anything you want to be if that's what you want to be. The reason I am fighting and why I'm running for office is because I want to preserve those freedoms for every one of you, for your children and your grandchildren. America is worth fighting for, and that's why I'm here. I want to tell you a few things about me and why I'm running. I want to tell you that I'm a process control engineer. I work in a chemical plant. I've been there for 30 years. They make PVC. I'm a process control engineer, and I'm involved in problem solving. I take the complex and make it simple. It's my life. But in the last 30 years, the infringement of the regulations that are befalling our company, just like many here in the Golden Triangle area, is killing our profit margin. We are literally losing the profit margin to a point where our company will either have to make a decision, go overseas, or just shut down. Those are American jobs, high-paying jobs that need to be protected. That's one of the reasons I'm running. Secondly, I want to tell you, as your congressman, that I will be much like the Founding Fathers. I will seek God's favor and do everything He wants me to do first. And I will be driven to make the right decisions for our district and for this country. I want to bring back American industry and bring back American jobs. I'm going to do that. I want to cut the corporate tax rate. I want to cut it down to 0%. I want to do that for 5 years. Why am I going to do that? Is because the only way to bring the industry back to America is to give them an even playing field. Cut it to 0% for 5 years, and then add 1% every year thereafter for 9 years until it tops off at 9%. If 10% is good enough for God, 9% is enough for our government. I want to push for oil and gas exploration in America. We need to eliminate the dependence we have on Middle Eastern oil. We must fight for American jobs, and I'm going to do that. Another thing that I want to do is I want to drastically reduce the funds that go to the EPA. I want to give the power back to the states and let the states monitor their regulations here. Let the states handle their problems here. I have 3 amendments that I want to add to the U.S. Constitution. The 28 is to term limit Congress and Senate. Term limit Congress to 4 terms, 8 years, and Senate to 2 terms, 12 years. The 29th Amendment is to repeal that. The 17th Amendment to bring power back to the states and allow the people to have the power here in the states to appoint the senators so that they are beholden to the state of Texas. The 30th Amendment, which is the balanced budget amendment, we have to constrict the power of the purse, because without a balanced budget amendment, we're going to have out of control spending. I want to close the borders. I want to remove the magnet, and I want to allow our law enforcement officials to be able to enforce the laws. I'm going to leave you with 2 comments. We have had an attack on the Constitution for the last 30 years. I'm going to leave you with this. John Adams said, our Constitution was made only for a moral and religious people. It is wholly inadequate to the government of any other. We have to protect the Constitution. We have to protect our God-given rights. And we have to get back to God because that's where it starts. I'm asking for your vote. And my website is Gonzalez2012.com. Thank you for your time and thank you for giving me the opportunity.